So let's get started. Let's start solving some MCQs. So let me check how many MCQs are there. I think there are around 18 MCQs, 18 excellent MCQs, and these are really important ones. Okay, so let's get started. So we have the first question. A Parsi social reformer who advocated women's right. Okay, so which was the Parsi social reformer who advocated women's right? Now we have the option A, that is Behramji Malabari. Then we have Junaid Pasha, third option, that is Firoz Tata, and the fourth option Makbul Fiard. So actually the correct answer is Behramji Malabari. He was a great social reformer who was concerned about the well-being of women, and he established many universities. Actually, he was the one who was responsible for increasing the age of consent. The age of consent back then was anything from 6 years old to 10 years old. Because of him, in 1891, I repeat this again, now this is a very important question. When was the age of consent was passed? It was in 1891. So it was due to the effort of Behramji Malabari, this act was passed, due to which the women, I mean not women, the children was allowed, the female child was allowed to marry only after the age of 12. Okay, so the correct answer is Behramji Malabari. Okay, option A, Behramji Malabari. Then we have the second question. An organization for women's rights founded in 1855. So the correct answer is Seva Sadan. Now this section we are actually talking about Behramji Malabari. So that is why Seva Sadan was also founded by Behramji Malabari. So the correct answer is option D, Seva Sadan. Okay, option D, Seva Sadan. Again, it was founded by Behramji Malabari, again for the emancipation of women or the growth of women. At that time, women were the social status of women was really bad. It's still bad, but it was way worse. Okay, so because of the efforts of people like Behramji Malabari, we actually had the age of consent to be from 6 years old to 12 years old. The idea was that before 12 years old, you can't marry your daughter. So the correct answer is Seva Sadan, whose effort the Age of Consent Act was passed. Now, this is something that I have mentioned earlier. It was due to the effort of people like Behramji Malabari that the age of consent was increased from, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 to 12. Now 12 is also very less, but for during that time 12 was regarded quite good enough. So the correct answer is option C, Behramji Malabari. Okay, when was the Age of Consent Act passed? Now, the Age of the Consent Act was passed in 1891. I repeat this again, it was passed in 1891. Now, the important thing that you have to remember is the Age of Consent Act, after that, after this act became 12. Okay, age of consent became 12. Before that, it was 5, 6, 7. Basically, you have a daughter, you can just marry her at any age. But after the age of consent act, that is 1891, it was changed to 12. So the correct answer is option C, 1891. Who established the widows home? I'm sorry, widows home in Pune? The correct answer is Dr. D.K. Karve. Okay, so Dr. D.K. Karve was another influential figure in the western part, especially in Pune and Bombay regions, where he established many shelter homes. And one of the most important thing was he actually established a university. We will talk about that later. Okay, so the correct answer is Dr. D.K. Karve. Okay, option A, Dr. D.K. Karve. When was the Indian Women's University established in Bombay? Now, I repeat this again. The correct answer is, of course, 1916, but you should know this women's university was established by Dr. D.K. Khare. Okay, D.K. Kharve, and and it is actually a still functioning university. This university was established during the times when women were not really allowed to study. So he actually went door to door and asked families could they send their daughters so that they could study. It was the bare beginning. Okay, it was the bare beginning, but eventually it was a successful mission. So the correct answer is 1960. Okay, so the correct answer is 1960. Okay, then we have the seventh question. Who was the first Indian Vice Chancellor? Now, K.T. Telang was India's first Vice Chancellor. Now, what is the meaning of Vice Chancellor? So, you have this university, Now, the vice chancellor is basically the head of that university. Usually, the head of the university is the chancellor, but the chancellor for the present time, during the present time, it's always either the vice president of India or the president of that particular country. So, in this case, the university during that time, the vice chancellor, the first Indian vice chancellor was KT Talang. Okay, the correct answer is KT Talang. Then we have the eighth question, a monthly magazine started by Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar. Now we have the options such as Nibandhamala, Ashtadhai, Mahasa, and Guruvar. The correct answer is option A, Nibandhamala. Okay, the correct answer is Nibandhamala. So this is actually a very important question because this actually gets asked in questions in papers like UPSC. Okay, so maybe not for RRB, but if you're studying for multiple exams, this is an important question. The correct answer is Nibandhamala. Okay. When then we have the ninth question. When was the Deccan Education Society created? So the Deccan Education Society was created in 1884. The correct answer is 1884. Option C, 1884. Now we have the question 10. When was the Pratna Samaj established? The Pratna Samaj was basically established in 1867. Now it was established in parts of Bombay and as well as Pune. Now the important thing that you have to remember that Pratna Samaj was established by people like M.G. Ranade, even though he doesn't really get the credit, but he was part of this movement. So the correct answer is 1861. 1867. Okay, then we have the 11th question. Who started the pledge movement that ended the child marriage? So the pledge movement was started due to the directives or the initiation of the person called as Mahadev Govind Ranade, or known as M.G. Ranade. Now this guy is very important figure in Indian history, modern history. So this is because he devoted his life in up, I'm sorry, upbringing the uplifting the people of that particular region, especially Gujarat, Maharashtra, and parts of Karnataka. So the correct answer is M.G. Ranade. Okay, the correct answer is option C, M.G. Ranade. Then we have the 12th question. Which of these men established Pune Sarvajanik Sabha? Now this is again an important question. Pune Sarvajanik Sabha definitely will come in any MPPSC, any government exam, because this is an actual working voluntary organization, and it was actually started by a person called as M.G. Ranade or Mahadev Govind Ranade. Option C, Mahadev Govind Ranade, who wrote under the pen name Political Reckless. Now there was a guy called as Narayan Mahadev Paramanand. I'm sorry about the spellings. Mahadev Parmanand, he actually wrote under the pen name that is Political Recluse. Now, what is the name? What is the meaning of pen name? Now, when you write any novel or when you go to write any newspaper clipping or editorial, sometimes you don't want to show your identity, especially when you are under a colonial rule, and especially if you're going to criticize the government. So, you actually prefer to write under the political name, I'm sorry, the pen name. So the name that Narayan Mahadev Parmanand took was Political Reckless. Okay, option A, Political Reckless. Who founded the Windows Remarriage Association? So this guy called as Vishnu Parshuram Shastri was the one who founded the Widows Remarriage Association. Option A, Vishnu Parshuram Shastri. Okay, so now who wrote Shata Patrin? Now there was a guy called as Gopal Hari Deshmukh who wrote around 100 letters. Okay, 100 letters, and these 100 letters, just ignore the content, was very important in the context of modern history. Now he actually wrote for this newspaper called as Prabhat. So the correct answer is option D, Gopal Hari Deshmukh. Okay, Gopal Hari Deshmukh. A journal in Gujarati was written by him to promote widow remarriage. So there was a guy called as Karsonath Mulji, okay, option A, Karsonath Mulji, who actually wrote many articles. And because of him, because of people like Karsonath Das Mulji and M.G. Ranade and of course Bairamji, we have this, the issue of widows remarriage was taken up by the British administration, and slowly the dissemination of knowledge that the widows can be also be remarried started being accepted by the society. So the correct answer is Karsonadas Mulji. The man along with his wife started in started a girls' school in Pune. Now this guy is really important for exams like RRB, even UPSC. Jyotibai Phule, because he actually worked for the emancipation of women. Now he went out of his comfort zone. He actually approached the families. He and said that if you can't educate your daughters, if you can't fix your I'm sorry if you can't help your daughters for their education, for their basic human survival, the needs for the basic human survival, you can send them to us, and we will take care of them. And so correct answer is Jyotiba Phule. He and his wife was very instrumental in the stuff like widows remarriage, caste barriers. Jyotiba Phule was a lower caste person, and that is why he initially in the initial stages he suffered a lot, and that is why he was one of the forefront workers for the abolishment of the caste system. So the correct answer is Jyotiba Phule. Okay, then we have the last question: who started the weekly Darpan? Now we have the first option as Nehal Amboy, the second one as Bal Shastri Jambekar, the third one as William Smith, and the fourth one as John Taylor. So the correct answer is Bal Shastri Jambekar. Okay, so this is an important magazine, okay, Darpan, and it was started by Bal Shastri Jambekar. Okay, so we have solved around 18 questions. So let's explore how many of them are correct. Okay, so let me just straight away click on finish. 18 out of 18. All our questions are correct. Awesome. So this chapter, this MCQ is on reform movements in northern India. Okay. So there are, I think, more than 5 MCQs. Actually, there are 7 MCQs. Okay, 7 MCQs, 7 excellent MCQs. So let's start solving each of them one by one. So we have the first question: who gave the slogan "Go back to Vedas"? Okay, the first question is: who gave the slogan "Go back to Vedas"? Okay, let me just fix this problem. Okay, so the first option is Aryavart Sadhui. The second is Swami Dayanand Saraswati. The third is Narayan Agnihotri, and the fourth is Parth Samraj. So the correct answer is option B, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Option B, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Okay, so let's explore the second question. A famous work of Swami Dayanand Saraswati. A famous work of Swami Dayanand Saraswati. So the options are Tripati, Jainstham, Mastal, and Satyarth Prakash. So Satyarth Prakash by Swami Dayanand Saraswati is one of the greatest literature done during the modern era. Okay, during the British time. So the correct answer is Satyarth Prakash, and this is actually very important for exams like RRB. Okay, this question may definitely come. So do memorize this. Option D, Satyarth Prakash. Okay, so then we have the third question: when was the Arya Samaj founded? So Arya Samaj was actually founded in 1875. Now I repeat this very carefully. 1875 was the date when Arya Samaj was founded. Now remember this very well. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was the forefront leader of Arya Samaj, and he was a hardcore Hindutva leader, and he wanted the expansion of Vedic religions all over India. So he gave the slogan "Go back to Vedas." So the correct answer is 1875. Okay, option B, 1875. Okay, a movement started by Arya Samaj to convert non-Hindus to Hindus. So this movement was called as the Shuddhi movement. But let's explore the options. We have Shuddhi movement, Ramra movement, that is option B. Then we have Hare Krishna movement, and option D, Bhakti movement. So the correct answer is Shuddhi movement. Option A, Shuddhi movement. Slogan raised by Arya Samaj. So the important slogan raised by Arya Samaj under the leadership of Dayanand Saraswati was India for Indians. Option A, India for Indians. Okay, so Deva Samaj was founded by. We have the option Narayan Guru. Now that is not true. Narayan Guru was interested in southern India. Ram Bhakt Das, I don't know who that is. Trilok Tripathi, I don't know who that is. Now we have the option D, Shiv Narayan Agnihotri. Now this is the correct answer. Shiv Narayan Agnihotri. Now he also compiled a lot of teaching called as Deva Samaj. No, we will deal with that later. Let's solve this one. Question 6, option D is the correct answer. Okay, Shiv Narayan Agnihotri. The teachings of Swami Agnihotri, basically the same guy, is compiled in Deva Shastra. Option C, Deva Shastra. So we have solved 7 questions. So let me just click on finish to check how many of them are correct. 7 out of 7. Excellent. Okay. So we will start solving the MCQs on reform movements in southern India. So let's get started. So we have the first question: who was the Telugu reformer who contributed to the growth of Brahmo activities in southern India? So the correct answer is Kandukari Varsalingam. Okay, so the option C, Kandukari Varsalingam. Then we have the second question: who is also known as the father of modern Telugu prose of literature? So again, once again, the answer is Kandukari Virsalingam. Okay. Then we have the third question: when was the Theosophical Society in India founded? The Theosophical Society in India was founded in 1875. Now, this is a very important date for exams like RRB. Okay, so the correct answer is 1875. Option A, 1875. Who was the founder of Theosophical Society in India? So the correct answer is Helena Blavatsky. So the correct answer is Helena Blavatsky. Okay, option A, Helena Blavatsky. If you don't know how to pronounce Helena Blavatsky, that's also totally fine because you just have to mark the answer, Helena Blavatsky. Okay, then we have the fifth question: where was the Indian headquarters of Theosophical Society in India located? Okay, so where was the Indian headquarters of the Theosophical Society of India located? So it was located in Adyar. Option D, Adyar. Okay, who was the president of Theosophical Society in 1907? It was Annie Besant who was the president of Theosophical Society. Now, during 1907, she also contributed to many of the national movements in India. We will deal with that later, okay, because if we talk about that now, especially about her relationship with Bal Gangadhar Tilak and the rest of the part she played in the national movement, it will be very confusing for you. So the correct answer is option D, Annie Besant. So let's mark it and let me just click on finish. So let's check how many of our answers are correct. 6 out of 6, 100%. Okay, so we have solved 6 questions and all those 6 questions all are correct. Excellent. Started by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. So the Bengali newspaper that was started by Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is Shom Prakash. So the correct answer is option A, Shom Prakash. Okay, so a Bengali work of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar is also known as Bahu Biha. Okay, so the correct answer is Bahu Biha. The Young Bengal movement was started by. So the Young Bengal movement was started by a very radical professor in the Hindu college, and he was known as Henry Vivian de Rozo. The correct option is option D, Henry Vivian de Rozo. So de Rozo movement was also known as Young Bengal movement. Option B, Young Bengal movement. Who founded the Brahmo Samaj in India? Brahmo Samaj in India was founded by Aurobindo Sen. That is wrong. It is actually Keshav Chandra Sen. Okay. The correct answer is option C, Keshav Chandra Sen, who established the Tattva-Bodhini Sabha. So it was established by Ravindranath Tagore. Option B, Ravindranath Tagore. The Tattva-Bodhini Sabha published a journal called as, so it was published a journal called as Tattva-Bodhini Patrika. Who founded the Brahmo Samaj? The Brahmo Samaj was founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Option is pretty easy, everyone knows that. A college founded by Raja Ram Mohan Roy is called as Vedanta College. Okay, option C, Vedanta College. Who stopped Sati? So it was Governor General William Bentinck who, with the help of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, stopped Sati. William Bentinck, who published the book Precepts of Jesus. So the Precepts of Jesus was again published by this guy called as Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Dharma Sabha was a radical organization founded by Radha Kant Dev to counter the effects of Brahmo Samaj. So the correct answer is option B, Radha Kant Dev. So when was the Sati abolished? Sati was abolished in 1829. The correct answer is 1829. The morning star of reform movement is also known as Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Option D, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So let me just click on finish to check how many of them are correct. 19 out of 20. One of our answers is wrong. Okay, so let's explore which of these answers is wrong. Unfortunately, I think I have marked one of these answers as wrong. Okay, so Tattva Bodhini Sabha. Okay, so it is actually done by Devendranath Tagore. I actually marked it as Ravindranath Tagore, so it is wrong. So the correct answer is Devendranath Tagore. Okay.